On January 3, 2022, after 7 days of deliberation, a federal jury delivered their verdict. Elizabeth Holmes was guilty on 4 counts of fraud and conspiracy. This wasn't just the end of one woman's criminal trial. It was a watershed moment that fundamentally transformed how Silicon Valley thinks about accountability, due diligence, and the true cost of deception. Today, we're examining the legal consequences, the evidence that secured conviction, and the profound changes that have reshaped the startup ecosystem. The trial itself was a masterclass in how justice can prevail even against sophisticated deception. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence, including internal emails, recorded conversations, and testimony from patients whose lives were endangered by inaccurate test results. The jury heard directly from investors who lost hundreds of millions of dollars based on Holmes's false claims about Theranos' capabilities. What made this conviction particularly significant was that it held a Silicon Valley founder personally accountable for fraud, sending a clear message that charisma and vision cannot excuse criminal deception. The evidence showed that Holmes knowingly made false statements about Theranos' technology, partnerships, and financial performance to secure investments and maintain her company's inflated valuation. The legal proceedings revealed the specific mechanisms of the fraud in unprecedented detail. Court documents showed how Holmes created fake lab reports, staged demonstrations with non-functional equipment, and misrepresented partnerships with major companies like Walgreens and Safeway. The prosecution demonstrated that this wasn't just optimistic projections about future capabilities, it was deliberate deception about current realities. Perhaps most damaging was the evidence regarding patient safety. The trial revealed that Theranos' inaccurate blood tests had led to incorrect medical decisions, including patients being prescribed wrong medications or undergoing unnecessary procedures. This evidence transformed the case from a financial fraud to a public health crisis, emphasizing the real-world consequences of technological deception. The conviction sent shockwaves through the venture capital community and prompted immediate changes in investment practices. Investors who had previously relied on founder charisma and compelling narratives began demanding independent verification of technological claims. Due diligence processes that had been superficial became rigorous, with investors hiring their own technical experts to evaluate startup claims. This transformation in investor behavior has created a healthier ecosystem for genuine innovators. Companies with real technology and verifiable results now have a competitive advantage over those relying on hype and promises. For AI entrepreneurs, this means that while funding may be harder to secure, the investors you do attract will be more committed and better equipped to support genuine innovation. The regulatory response has been equally significant. The FDA and other agencies have strengthened oversight of medical devices and diagnostic technologies, implementing stricter requirements for clinical validation and safety testing. These changes, while sometimes seen as obstacles by entrepreneurs, actually protect both patients and legitimate companies from unfair competition from fraudulent actors. The broader cultural transformation in Silicon Valley has been profound. The fake-it-till-you-make-it mentality that once dominated startup culture has given way to a greater emphasis on substance over spectacle. Companies are now expected to demonstrate actual progress and real capabilities rather than just compelling visions of future possibilities. This shift has been particularly important in the AI sector, where the line between current capabilities and future potential can be blurry. The Theranos precedent has made investors and customers more skeptical of AI claims, demanding proof of concept, transparent testing, and honest discussions of limitations. This skepticism, while challenging for entrepreneurs, ultimately benefits the industry by weeding out unrealistic claims and focusing resources on genuinely promising technologies. The legal consequences extended beyond Holmes herself. Her former business partner and COO, Sunny Balwani, was also convicted on fraud charges, demonstrating that accountability extends throughout an organization's leadership. This has prompted companies to implement stronger governance structures and clearer chains of responsibility for technological claims and business practices. The transformation has also affected how media covers startup stories. Journalists have become more skeptical of founder narratives and more likely to investigate technological claims independently. This increased scrutiny has made it harder for fraudulent companies to operate, but has also elevated legitimate innovators who can withstand investigation. For AI entrepreneurs, the post-Theranos landscape offers both challenges and opportunities. The challenges include higher standards for proof, more rigorous due diligence, and greater skepticism from all stakeholders. The opportunities include a more level playing field where genuine innovation is rewarded, better protection from fraudulent competition, and access to more sophisticated investors who understand the technology they're funding. The legal precedent set by the Holmes conviction has also clarified the personal liability of founders for their company's claims. This has encouraged more honest communication about technological limitations and more realistic timelines for development. Entrepreneurs now understand that they cannot hide behind corporate structures if they personally make fraudulent statements to investors or customers. The transformation extends to corporate governance as well. Boards of directors now face greater scrutiny regarding their oversight responsibilities, and companies are implementing stronger internal controls to prevent fraud. This includes better documentation of technological capabilities, more rigorous testing protocols, and clearer communication channels for employees to report concerns. The evidence from the trial has also informed best practices for building ethical AI companies. These include maintaining transparent communication about AI limitations, implementing robust testing and validation procedures, creating safe channels for employee concerns, and building diverse teams that can identify potential biases or problems. As we conclude this episode, the message is clear. The Theranos conviction marked the end of an era where technological promises could substitute for technological reality. The new Silicon Valley that has emerged is more accountable, more transparent, and ultimately more innovative because it rewards substance over spectacle. In our final episode, we'll explore how AI entrepreneurs can apply these hard-won lessons to build companies that not only avoid the pitfalls that destroyed Theranos, but actively contribute to a more ethical and sustainable technology ecosystem. The transformation is complete, but the work of building better companies is just beginning.